And also, Dharmjot, you've been tracking the updates very closely from what is happening in the state of Bihar, where Diksha, you were also mentioning about how this election in many ways has shown Nari Shakti, and how Sushasan Babu, something that he has done in the last 20 years, he's tried to get as many votes as he can from the women folk of Bihar, right. And that's where he seems to have got a bit of a roaring success. More number of women have come to vote in this election than we've witnessed any time in the past in Bihar. Why do you think, Dharmjot, that has been the case? That women seem to be, in this state of Bihar at least, more enthusiastic than the men to step out at the polling booth to cast their vote?
Well, Saleh, if you remember, when this entire campaign and election fever kicked in Bihar, there's this one viral image from more than 20 years ago that has been doing the rounds again. And that is the image of a young girl of rural Bihar sitting on a cycle and riding to school in the typical blue government uniforms that we see. And that image essentially is of the beginning of Nitish Kumar's rise in Bihar, when he focused on not just adult women voters, but also on the future of the young girls in the state of Bihar. Again, education, infrastructural change, social change in terms of mindset and psyche, all of those were factors that Nitish Kumar has really capitalized on in all these years. 20 years later, cut to how the manifesto yet again of the ruling alliance has focused on women again. Now, we had the entire term of Lakpati Didis that became very, very popular in the last few weeks, where women entrepreneurs became the focal point for the JDU and the NDA alliance at large. Again, the opposition also tried to match that kind of focal point on the voters, on the women voters of Bihar. Whether they have been able to capitalize it or not has to be seen, because as it's not just a record overall turnout in Bihar, it's a massive, massive turnout of the women voters in Bihar. 9% more than the male counterparts. That truly says something about how this election is going to change, the luck either for Nitish Kumar or for the opposition, especially for Tejashwi Yadav, who's been waking in the wings, as you rightly pointed out.
That seems to be the big trend of this election: the women voters, the migrant voter, and also the youth. At this moment, Bihar being such a young state, where the median age, believe it or not, the average age of Bihar is just 22 years old, and that is what is making a big impact.